Hello. So this week we are focusing on vulnerability, that being willing to open up our hearts to others. And so my invitation is that you make this brief spinal movement practice a prayer, a moving prayer for somebody else. But I also want to say two things about the movement. So back bends, which we're going to do a little bit of, just opening up the front side of the body, give our heart and lungs more space. They can make us feel pretty vulnerable, but also the brain-body connection is a two-way street. So if you're feeling kind of lethargic or isolated, your posture might show that. You might be kind of curved forward. And so you can literally change the way you walk in the world and feel about yourself by straightening up and opening up. So it's a two-way street. So as always, we'll start with just a couple moments of silence and finding your breath. So if you're comfortable closing your eyes, close your eyes. And begin to notice your simple inhale and exhale, in through the nose and out through the nose. The spine is long, the shoulders are soft, the chin is level, the feet are firmly planted on the ground. So we're not leaning into our chair. So take a moment to decide what it is this moving prayer is about for you. Something in your life or going on in the world, or maybe a particular group of people or person. And then come back to your breath. Gently float your eyes open if they're closed. So we're going to pretend like we are seated in a barrel, really start to pay attention to our spine. So as you inhale, you're going to arch and gently move your rib cage toward the front of the barrel. And then take your ribs to one side. So being mindful of your back. And then exhaling, soften, hollowing out. And then take your ribs to the other side. So you might start to feel this in your hips a little bit. So we're going to do that in a circle. One more time, inhaling forward and to one side. And then exhaling, start to hollow out as you go to the other side. So shouldn't be any pain, right? And then we're just going to gently reverse. So inhaling forward and sideways. Exhaling backwards into the other side. One more time. Just starting to free all the muscles around the spine and the heart and the lungs. So on your next inhale, lift your chest, tilt your pelvis forward, draw your shoulder blades down so it looks like a little arch in your spine, right? And then exhale, hollow out fully. You can stay facing forward. So I'll show you the motion of the spine, right? So inhaling, arch. And exhaling, hollow out. We're going to do that two more times. Inhaling, arch. And exhaling, hollow out. Good. And then inhaling, come on back to neutral. We'll take an easy spinal twist. So get tall, keep your shoulders level. And on an exhale, holding onto the chair and the outside of the leg if you can. Just start to settle in. Keep your feet planted and your inner thighs active. One more deep inhale. And exhaling, gently release. We'll go to the other side. Inhale, get tall. And exhale, start to deepen the twist on the other side. Come back to that intention that you set, that moving prayer. Sending that good energy that way. And then exhaling, gently release. Good. And we'll go side to side. So inhaling, one arm up. As you exhale, folding straight over. Keep that opposite hip rooted and just reach like somebody's pulling on your top wrist. If you're feeling stable, you could actually take your bottom hand, give it a gentle pull. Inhaling, come on back up to center. And we'll go to the other side. So one arm up, getting tall, and folding over. little stretch. And inhaling, come on back up, and exhaling, release. So here's the thing about the front body. Everything's connected, right? So when you're working to open up the front of the body, you want to also working on opening up the shoulders and then the hip flexors. So we stay seated, and we naturally are kind of in a forward fold for a lot of our time. So we're going to turn sideways. And if you're able to drop one knee down, so I'm sitting on one hip, you can hold on to the chair, right, for balance. So on an inhale, see if you can just pull your belly in and lift that knee. So that's a deeper forward fold. And then on your exhale, take the leg back. So maybe you can start to take that knee behind the hip so you get a stretch in the front of the thigh. Right, maybe you have the ability to get hold of that ankle and pulling your heel toward your hip. Feel that thigh muscle stretch. So if you had a tie or a hand towel or something, you can't reach your ankle, you could use that. So remember, no pain in the knee, right? We're keeping our knee in line with our hip, and keep the chest lifted. And exhaling, gently release. You're going to put that foot down, keep the thigh back if you can, and then take that same arm up to the sky. So we want to work on opening up our shoulders and our triceps also. So gently lean toward your chair so you're not going to fall, and pull that arm back. So big old front body opener here. And exhaling, gently release. And we'll go to the other side. So start by seeing if you can just drop your knee toward the floor. Hold the chair, and on an inhale, just bring it up a little bit so you can take it back and feel the difference. Maybe getting the knee behind the hip. Right? Maybe if it's available, getting a hold of that ankle. Remember, lean into the chair. It's like you're pushing your hip point. If you had headlights on your hip, you're pushing them forward. And we're going to release that. Take that arm up, make sure you're stable, and then just maybe even pushing into that upper arm with your head. Stick with your breath. One more inhale and exhale. See where you can soften. And then slowly and gently release. And come on back to seated. Take a moment to observe your body, noticing if your heart space and your spine feels any more open. And then again, if you're comfortable closing your eyes, close your eyes and offer a prayer of gratitude for this body that carries you through the day. On an inhale, bring your hands together at your heart. Exhaling and bowing your head to your heart, give yourself a mental pat on the back for taking care of yourself so that you can better care for others. Godspeed.